Hello all, this is Arunakritika. I am going to deliver the contents on string manipulation functions used in PHP. Right? So these are certain string manipulation functions that are listed out. There are even more number of functions. Let's see all these one by one. String position, string reverse, string length, substring, character to code, code to character, lowercase to uppercase, uppercase to lowercase, and string compare. So these are the functions that we are going to look on. We'll move on to the live examples using WAMP software. So here are certain codes that have been written. Let's see the function of how the string manipulation functions are going to take place. All right. Okay. So here is a PHP code to display. Three different frames have been displayed here. One frame using HTML tag frames it. The title of the program is being displayed, and towards the left side I have given different links in the particular frame to process all these, that is string position, reverse, length, substring, character to code, code to character, upper to lower, lower to upper. So all these functions we are going to work on with, right? Now I'm going to click the first link. Now the first link will take us to the frame number 3. So this is frame 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Now clicking on to this particular link, string position, okay, it will take us to the third frame. Now here there are two inputs that we get from the user. One is enter the string. So we are going to enter some string, and in that particular string we are going to find out a particular position of a character. Okay, fine. Now let me type this hypertext preprocessor. So this is the input we are giving. So this is a string. Now out of the string I'm going to check the character small x. Okay, when a submit button is clicked on, let's see what happens. Look, the entered character, whatever the character string we entered is hypertext preprocessor. Out of it we asked for position of the character x. So where is the position of the character? It is in the 7th position, starting from 0. The 7th position is the place where our character x is given. So this is how we are going to go about. Okay, let's see what is the function, what are the parameters for the function, what the function is going to return. All these we will analyze now. Okay. Hope this is clear for all, right? Now, in the third frame, we are calling this particular file called string position. Okay, this PHP file. Now, in this PHP file, an input is given another input also is given. One input we are going to get the complete string as we did just now, and the second input takes the character. Okay, one character. Now on submit button, the action will go to the same file. Now here is the PHP data. So PHP if isset is the method. Okay, if isset is a method which is going to check whether the particular button is fed with input or not. Okay, we are checking for text box number 1 and text box number 2. If both text box are filled in, then we move on to the source code inside, right? Now, so data from T1 is put into a string. Okay, it put into a variable. The same way, data from the next text box is fed to another variable. One is $str and another one is $position. So these two data from these two text boxes will become our parameters to the code. So let us see what is the method, string method. So our string method is finding out the position. So strpos is the method and it takes two parameters. So the two parameters are, first one, the string what we have typed in the first text box, and the second parameter is the character that we typed in the second text box. Now these two parameters will be fed into the method or the inbuilt function called string POS, string position, finding out the position of the character, the string position. Now this is going to return a integer data type. This will return an integer data type. What is that integer? That is, from the complete string, we are going to find the position where the particular character that we asked for is. Okay, so it will return a integer return type. So integer will be the return type that will be returned from this particular string method. This is what we saw just now. Okay, now start entering a text in the first text box and you try to give a character in the second text box. Now it will find where the character Y is given in the complete text given in the first text box. Now this will give us an integer output. Look at this. See, so the character Y is in the position 1. Okay, from the complete string what we have typed. Now this is how this particular method works. So string position is a method that takes two parameters. Both the parameters, the first parameter is the complete string and the second parameter is the character that we need to search in the string. Okay, so this method will return as a string data type. Okay, it will return an integer data type. It will give the position of the character in string from the complete string. Okay, right. Let us move on to the next method called string reverse. So we are going to reverse a string. Take a string as a input. Whatever be the string, whatever be the length of the string, the complete string will be reversed. Put it in the reverse order. Okay, fine. Let us move on to see this. Right? I try to click this link called string reverse and now it takes me to another PHP page which is called string.php. Takes to another page and in that page, in this particular frame number 3, the output of that page will be displayed. Fine. So now I need to enter a string. So I try to enter the string hypertext preprocessor. Now I try submitting. So this string reverse takes only one parameter, that is one data from the text box given by the user. Right. Now I click on the submit button. Look, the string entered is hypertext preprocessor and the output is the reverse of it. Okay. So the complete string has been reversed. Now let us go and find out how this complete program works. Okay, find out where the string reverse. So here is the string reverse program. Okay, let us increase the font in order to be visible. Right, hope this is fine for everybody. That's good. Right, now here there is an one input box T1. So this is a text box. I'm getting an input. So action, you have a submit button here. The action of this method will take to the PHP code. So first we are going to check whether the text box is filled. Now if it is set, we move on to the program further. Okay, see, look at this. Here is the string reverse function. So strrev is the string reverse function, and it takes one parameter, that is $str. Now what is $str? Now $str is the string that we got it from the text box. Okay, so user has entered some string there. Now that string is fed into a method called strrev. So this is going to return as a string. So what will be that string? It will be the string that is displayed in reverse order. Fine. So strrev is an inbuilt method to find out the reverse of the string. It takes only one parameter, that is string parameter, and it returns again a string data type. Fine. So is that clear? So this is how your string reverse method works. Right. Now we'll move on to the next string method called string length. Now string length again takes a single parameter. Okay, so we are going to enter a string and find out the length of the string. Fine. You enter the string in the text box, click on the submit button, see what happens. So the length of the string is calculated and we get an integer output. Fine. So the return type of this method is integer data type. Now we will move on to the program, finding out how it works. Yes. Now how many inputs will we get? We'll get only one input, so it's enough if we substitute one text box here. So take the input from in text box T1, click on the submit button. Your action, form action, will take you to the PHP code further. Now in the PHP code, check whether the text box is filled. Yes, if it is set, move on to the further code. Look at the string method. What is the string method? strlen. So this is the string method. Then it takes the input that we have given in the text box and it returns back an integer parameter. So it counts the number of characters in the string and it returns a integer. It returns an integer output. Fine. Is it clear? So this is how your string reverse method works. Now we'll move on to the next one, substring. So we are going to find out substring. Okay, what is called substring? From the complete string, we are going to cut some portion of the string and give it. Okay, fine. In that case, now in the first instance, we should know what is the string. See, let this be our string, hypertext preprocessor be our string. Now, from starting position 2 until number of characters 8, I need to cut the string. Let's see what happens. You click on the submit button. Now look, from the position 2, that is from 0, 1 and 2, from P, it starts cutting values up to 8 different values. So it cuts 8 values and displays on the screen. Okay, so this is how substring works. Now we'll find out where is the program and see how it works. Here it is, substring. We'll increase the font and make it more visible. Yes, I think now it will be fine for everyone. Right, look. See, there are 3 different inputs, T1, T2 and T3. So T1 is going to be the complete string that we are going to search for. T2 is going to the start position from where we have to cut the string, and T3 will be the number of characters we need. So first argument for the method will be string. Second argument is going to be integer. Again, third argument is also going to be an integer. Now, what will this method return? It will return a string data type. Now, we'll move on clicking the submit button. The form action will take us to the PHP code inside. So, if all the 3 buttons are set, we move on further. Go to the method. See what is the method? substr, substring. Substr is the method name. You have 3 parameters. The first one is a complete string from which we are going to cut. Okay, complete string. The second parameter is the starting position in the string. Okay, then the third parameter will be number of characters that we need to cut off. Okay, so substring is a method which will cut the required substring from the complete string. Now it takes 3 parameters. One is the string parameter, the second one the start position integer parameter, and the number of characters we need, that is the integer parameter. So out of all these parameters fed into the particular method called string sum, what will be the return type of it? It will return a string data. It will return a substring from the complete string. Okay, so this is how your substring method works. Right, we'll move on to the next one. Next is character to code. See, here you are going to give a character. Okay, take a character, fed it to the method, that is character to code, and click on the submit button. See what happens. So A is the character that we typed in the text box. For that particular character, we are going to get the equivalent ASCII code. Okay, so for small letter A, the equivalent ASCII code is 97. Now we'll find out how this works. Character to code. So this is the code for finding out the character to code. Okay, we had only one input. Okay, we took only one input from the user, that is the character input. On clicking the submit button, the form action will take us to the PHP code inside the very same program. Now if the particular text box is set, we move on further, finding out the character to code. See, ORD of the character. ORD stands for character to code conversion method. ORD is the name of the method. So you fed the character that you have entered in the text box. Now what is this going to return? It is going to return as an integer value. So what is that integer value? It is the ASCII code, American Standard Code for Information Interchange code for the string, for the character that we have specified. Fine. So the return type will be integer. Return type will be integer. Right. We'll move on to the next method, that is code to character. So when you type, so if we try typing a code and submitting it, we'll get the equivalent character. Okay, we type an ASCII code and we get a equivalent character for the code. Okay, we'll go and find out what is the program. We have to go and find out what is the program. So we take one input T1 in the text box T1. So input is the character. Okay, I mean we give on the input, what we give is the integer value. Okay, on submit button it takes us to the PHP code. See, look here, CHR. CHR is the method which will give us the character for the ASCII code that we have typed. Okay, character for the ASCII code for what we have typed. So CHR is a method which takes an integer as an input and returns a character as the output. So this is how this particular method works. Now we'll move on to the next one, lower to upper. Okay, on clicking on this, it takes one input. So we supply a string of n number of characters. That is not important. We supply a string that the string is in lowercase. On submitting, we get an output with uppercase letters. Okay, with uppercase letters. Now we'll go and find out the method of it. Lower to upper. Okay, now here we look onto the method strToUpper. So string to upper is the name of the method. It takes a string in lowercase and it returns a string in uppercase. So what is the return type of this method? String to upper. Again, the return type is string. What is the input that we are passing? The input we are passing is also string. So strToUpper. So string to upper is the method. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next. String to upper to lower. So we try supplying uppercase data. Okay. Hypertext preprocessor. Okay, we are typing an uppercase data, submit it, we receive a lowercase output. Okay, so now we'll move on to the program where this code is being written, upper to lower. See, we take one input, click on the submit button, the input has to be in uppercase, only then we'll get a lowercase output. We move on to the code, look at the string method, strToLower. This is the name of the method and it takes one parameter, that is a parameter which holds a string in uppercase. Now what will this program return back? It will return as a string. Now the string will be in lowercase. Fine, as we have seen just now. Fine, hope this short video on string manipulations would have been useful for all beginners of PHP. Thank you.